This is called Modakattan Kirai in Tamil. Modakattan Kirai. It's also called balloon plant or balloon wine. The botanical name is Cardiospermum halicacabum. Hope I am pronouncing it correctly. This particular plant, or one of the green variety, is very, very effective for the body, for various problems and ailments. Especially, this plant is anti-inflammatory, very good for joint pains, body pains, swelling in the joints, and so on. Rheumatoid arthritis, stiffness of limbs, lumbago, cough, nervous problems, ear pain, gastric problems. It's a laxative, very good for constipation, menstrual problems, increases one's bodily physical energy, and it's also good for skin problems. This is a slightly bitter in taste, therefore we mix it in dosha or idli or whatever and take maybe once or twice or maybe even 3 times a week. Very effective. Modakattan Kirai. Very medicinal. This is again Modakattan Kirai. We have planted this in another part of our organic garden. Very effective for body pains, joint pains. Excellent medicine. This is the insulin plant. Very good for diabetes. This plant itself is called Insulin Plant. It grows very fast. As you all know, this is called bush pepper. There's another variety called black pepper, which is a climber. This one, you can plant it in a pot and it comes like a bush. That's why it's called bush pepper. You must be knowing that pepper has been part of Indian cooking for a very, very long time. And once upon a time, we had traded all these spices for other goods from other countries of the world, and that trade went on for a long, long time. This again is a very familiar plant, turmeric. Organic turmeric. This is one place we have turmeric. This is another place we have turmeric. And as you know, turmeric is excellent anti-inflammatory, prevents heart diseases, antioxidant, improves brain function, good for arthritis, works against depression and age-related ailments. This also has been part of Indian cooking for a very long time, very long time. You see those flowers? They're just coming up. Flowers of the turmeric plant. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory, very effective. This is turmeric, as we just saw. We just harvested this a couple of days ago. Looks good, right? Organic turmeric. This has to be dried and powdered. It's very effective medicine. Turmeric. You see this? This lean plant coming straight up is Thuduvalai Kirai in Tamil. Thuduvalai. This is the Thuduvalai plant. We have kept this in another place. The botanical name is Solanum trilobatum. This is also called in English climbing brinjal. This is a variety of green, again medicinal. Anti-inflammatory. This is used much in Ayurveda and Siddha medicinal preparations. Relieves body pain, good for asthma, cold, cough, mucus accumulation, very good for neurotoxicity, anti-diabetic, protects the liver, antimicrobial, reduces cholesterol and triglycerides, anti-cancer also they say, very good for skin and so many other problems. It is just growing. We just planted about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It is growing slowly and we are planning to have this more in our garden. Thuduvalai it's called. It's thorny, so you have to take only the leaves. Thuduvalai, very good for the body. This is called Pirandai in Tamil. In English, it is called welled grape. It is also called devil's backbone, adamant creeper, Vigravalli, and so on. The botanical name is Cissus quadrangularis. That's how it's pronounced. And this is a very medicinal plant. We have just planted a small climber in a small pot, allowed to grow, and after it grows a little more, we will transplant this to another bigger pot. So, what are the uses of this plant? Very good for the digestive system, protects the heart, effective for the treatment of piles, menstrual problems, ear pain, is also for the treatment of fractures and sprains. It's called Pirandai. Our grapes, the fruits have just started coming up, and the branches are slowly spreading across. In fact, in due time, the branches will spread across the entire place. Grapes. Black grapes. This is one of our chili plant in one pot. Chilies. This is another pot where we have chilies. There are varieties of chilies, but this is one variety. This is another chili plant in another pot. This is another chili plant in yet another pot. It's just coming up. It's a small one. It'll take some time to grow. This is one variety of red spinach. We have this plant growing naturally in other places of our organic garden. Very tasty, very healthy. Red spinach. This plant is yam. In Tamil we call it Senekkirangu. This, as you know, one of the best medicine for the body. In fact, if you know, I don't know if you know this, most parts of the world, especially in places like Africa, they have started planting this tree all over. And they take the leaves of this moringa plant, dry it, powder it, and give it as medicines for anemia and what have you. So the botanical name, as you would be knowing, Moringa oleifera. This is one moringa tree in our garden. It's just coming up. We had cut it before. Now it's the new sprouts and shoots are coming out. Moringa. Very good for anemia. Excellent. No doubt about that. Bile problems, blood related ailments, increases appetite, heals stomach wounds if at all you have, purifies the blood, removes toxins from the body, excellent for diabetic patients, removes constipation, definite, oh yes, very good for constipation. You can use this almost every day, but in small quantities because it's very powerful. Prevents tiredness, eye-related disorder because vitamin A, very good for asthma, very good for the secretion, improved secretion of mother's milk, good for pregnant women, and the list goes on and on and on. Moringa. In Malayalam we call Moringa. Excellent. I would suggest somehow have this one plant in your house. If you have some space, backyard, front yard, whatever, plant this. You will never regret. Moringa oleifera. As you know, this is the bitter leaf. In Tamil we call it vetrilai. It's actually vetri plus ilai. Vetrilai. That leaf which represents victory. This is according to the Ramayana. This is one variety of bitter leaves. This is little hot, and if taken raw, it burns the mouth a little. This is medicinal. Bitter leaf, one variety of bitter leaf. As you all know, this is the curry leaves. We have a couple of more plants in other places. This is one. It's a small one. It's slowly growing up. Curry leaves, very good for cholesterol, excess fat in the body. You know, usually when we have our food, we throw these leaves away. Don't. Especially if it is organic curry leaves. Don't throw them away. Chew it and eat that also. Curry leaves. Very good for the body. Makes food tasty. New sprouts are coming. They're just growing up. Curry leaves. This, as you know, is Karpuravalli. In Sanskrit it is called Karpuravalli. In Tamil also it is called Karpuravalli. It's a very medicinal plant. The botanical name is Plectranthus amboinicus. In English it is called Cuban Oregano, also called Indian borage. This plant, as many of you would be knowing, is very good for all respiratory ailments, stress, anxiety, skin problems, kidney problems, fever, irritable bowel syndrome, sore throat, and so on. You know, for small children, when they have chest congestion and breathing trouble, the elders at home would pluck these leaves, grind them, mix it with camphor and slightly warm coconut oil, and apply that on the chest of the child. You know, it really works. It relieves chest congestion, breathing trouble, and so on and so forth. Excellent medicine for the lungs. Karpuravalli. Of course, everyone knows this. Papaya. This tree is about 7 to 8 feet tall, that's all. And this papaya, this is one variety of papaya called the Red Lady. Red Lady Papaya. Very sweet, very tasty. And especially the organic papayas, which naturally ripen, very tasty. Look at the peripheral wall. It's that close. Papaya, Red Lady Papaya. Look at our Nandran Varaiparam. Nandra, Nandram banana. This is one of the Nandra banana tree we have here.